Hello, my name is Kai Helmich and I'll be running the Solo Tantra sex education workshop for gay guys in London. And Nick, the organizer, has sent me a few questions to answer. What are we going to do? What is this workshop all about? In particular, what benefit will you bring into your own life? What will you learn from having taken part in it? So let me present you with the questions. You maybe resonate with them. You maybe ask yourself that as well. And then I'll see if we can find some answers for that bring you more clarity if you want to be there, if you want to learn the things, and if you want to improve certain skills that you're having or missing, whatever. So let me see. How does the Solo Tantra workshop help me to connect to myself and improve my interactions with others? Brilliant. Excellent question. This is exactly the core of all of this. And we will really indulge in the whole 1 or the 2 days really about this. How can I create deeper meaning to myself and also in the interaction, in the relating to other people? Why is the workshop about self-love and not about masturbation practice? I think an enormous, crucial question, because it really splits it right in the middle. There's doing and there's being. And the whole workshop will be around presenting you with another path. Because I think, how should I say that? There's always 2 sides in a coin. If you know how to apply both sides, and you have the freedom to choose which sides of the coin you would like to work with, or that you actually say, hold on, one side or the other side is too limiting for me. What I do is I flip the coin or I spin the coin, and then I create an effect that is the amalgamation or the sacred union or of both of those roles or sides or whatever you want to call it. So excellent. We certainly have that there. So being is more important than the doing. Even though we're still involving the masturbation pattern very, very heavily, and we'll dissect it and we'll see what's going wrong and what is really good in it and how can we improve the good things so that they really benefit us rather than be destructive. How can Solo Tantra offer me worthiness, contentment, and a feeling of completeness so that I don't have to look all the time for external sources to make me feel good? Super, excellent. Who doesn't know that? Who doesn't know this helplessness, this dark hole, this I'm not good enough, or the darkness, the shadow that comes over and that seems to be too powerful for anything constructive to do? And we all have the same needs no matter what. Perfect question. This is exactly what this is all about. How can you become stronger in yourself so that you don't have to look out for outside forces to make you feel better? So often we use sugar or alcohol, but we also use other people, and we use the sexual interaction, the sexual relating, the sexual act to do that, to be burdened that with the expectation to make us feel better. So we will certainly look into that and find plenty of solutions and pathways that is also authentic to you. So there won't be anything given to you and you need to follow that path, but we'll explore different options. We'll have different pathways, and you will know by how you resonate which is the path for you. So, but if you put a line on it and say, okay, what is this all about? Then the main question is, how can Solo Tantra or this sex education workshop help me to stop falling into old dysfunctional patterns? When we ask about what is really the content, what is really the question, this is all about it. So what is dysfunctional and what is constructive? What is taking away from you and what is nourishing you, what is fueling you, what is giving you the fulfillment and the joy and the enjoyment and the happiness, and what benefits you, what makes you rise and shine, what makes you expand and be content, I think, is the main thing. This is the core theme. And instead of doing it harder, faster, jumping higher, spinning larger circles to create a certain outcome, we look how can we do it differently to create that outcome. And this is what the workshop is all about. The first day we will really work with the subjects, we will really get the basics right again, and this is important. Everything that we humans learn in this world in general is learning by tapping into the darkness, finding our own solutions. And if we know the physical and the anatomical side, there is the emotional side. And maybe for some there's a spiritual side, and the physical side and the mental side or whatever. So let's bring this together. Let's look at this from a way that has been created. Like, I trained a sexological bodywork, which basically came out of the 60s, and it came out of the gay scene, right? And I think they were so progressive. And Joseph Kramer, what an amazing person who offered all this knowledge, who really delved into all of this material and said, hold on, dysfunctional, 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 dysfunctional. How can I make this functional? How can I make this so that it's benefiting and not destructive? So we sadly in our world have gotten a lot of dysfunctional perspectives around sexuality. This is the workshop to put that right. So if you suffer, don't suffer in the quiet. Don't suffer because the solutions are out there. The solutions for each of us to fulfill ourselves, to nourish ourselves, to be happy and content with ourselves are there. And that is not about going into a monastery and completely cut ourselves off. No, this is about engaging that what we are in complete self-love, no matter what. You are worthy, you're loved, you're deserving to pour out your love into the world. And let's have a look at this. How can we combine the one with the other? And how can we get to a higher consciousness? That not only you as an individual, that we all participate from that we can get rid of shame, that we can get rid of guilty feelings, that we can get rid of these very extreme, destructive, functional things on the outside. And how can we come back into the middle where we can play and dance, whatever that energy is, whatever our heart tells us to. And that is the invitation. So if you're willed to maybe step a little bit more on the brakes than instead of on the gas, because I told you that the key will be learning the other side. You maybe have the coin this way up, but what I ask you then to in the workshop is turn the coin around and work with this side till you have integrated also this side so that you can spin or flip the coin. And the other ones who have the coin lying on this side and seeing the world from this perspective, which is highly limited, i.e. 50% of what the coin is all about, I ask them to consider turning that one around. So to integrate and heal it and bring it into their own personal being, that you're all that you can be, not only one limitation, not only one side of it. This is what it's all about. If you're interested, please do get in contact with Nick, or if you want to speak to myself, ask some questions. If you have them, let them hear us, we'll answer them. And I hope I see you in London in May. So till then, bye-bye.